Hi and welcome back to Plastic Models by Regular Dude and the final reveal of the Bu181 by Special Hobby in 1/48 scale. So here it is, all done and lightly, or sparsely I should say, decaled, because I was going for what was in the film, The Great Escape. It just barely had any markings on it, and that's what I was trying to go with. That's why I went with solid gray, because that's what it appears to be. And then I used, for the weathering on it, I used Ultimate Model Products Weathering Wash, Dark Dirt, clay-based wash. So, my thoughts on the kit. It's a pretty good kit. It's not like this subject is offered by a lot of different manufacturers. Special Hobby makes, I know, two. This one, and then one that has like Panzerfaust slung under the wings for anti-tank warfare, which looked pretty scary. And then on one of the sprues, there appear to be skis, like a small one for the back, I would assume, and two larger ones. So maybe there's one that's available for snow operations. I've never seen that one, though. I've only seen this one and the Panzerfaust one mentioned. So anyway, the fit is decent. One thing to note, there are no locating pins like on the wings or the fuselage or anything like that. You just have to line it up and get it the best you can, which isn't really that big a deal, especially if you have a few kits under your belt. It does come with some photo etch, and it does come with a just very small amount of resin. There's a small, like, one-sided piece for the engine that's made out of resin, which you can barely see through the hole here, and then these 4 exhaust pipes are also resin. Again, the fit is pretty good. It is a short-run kit, I guess, so it's not going to be quite as refined as some of the other major manufacturers, such as, you know, Edward or Tamiya. It's going to take a little work. The wings didn't fit together really well. There was some gaps that had to be taken care of, but again, you know, with a little bit of modeling experience, it can be handled, especially on the trailing edges of the wings and the stabilizers. They didn't come together real smoothly. You know, it's almost as if on the inside it came together and then kind of gapped open a little bit. It wasn't real crisp along the edges, so that took a little bit of work to sand down, fill. The wings actually fit a lot better than I thought they would. I did have to put some filler on this side. I used some Vallejo acrylic filler and just ran a bead across there. Took a wet Q-tip or cotton bud, depending on where you're from, and just swiped it off. One thing that I did find kind of frustrating was the cockpit. The cockpit itself wasn't too bad, but locating it inside and locating the side panels, there's no indicator of where those go at all. In my earlier videos, I talked about how I, handled that, but it's not real clear, and I mean, who knows if it's even right. Other fit issues, the clear portions, this back part here and here, they're pretty nice. I mean, they're really clear. You can see, hopefully, into the cockpit fairly well. You can see the instrument panel and stuff like that, but the outer edges didn't fit really well. And, to be honest, I wasn't going to spend a junk ton of time filling all that in, so I'm sure this gap here and then I know here shouldn't be there, but for me, aircraft are a real struggle to begin with, and if they don't fit together really well, I'm kind of in a world of hurt. So I just try and do the best I can, and it turned out okay. The plastic is really soft and much softer than other kits I've worked on, so you have to be careful when cementing stuff that you let it set up really well, especially like wing roots, these stabilizers, and especially the landing gear. If you were to set this thing down, I think just the very light weight of this, using to me extra thin anyway, just the weight might spread those landing gear out. As a matter of fact, when I was doing a little, I think I was painting the wheels. One of them broke off, so I had to use some medium viscosity CA glue to get that fixed. Now, I know I made some mistakes on this thing, and honestly, it's just from not paying attention. There's a lot of stuff going on these days, and I blew it on two things, especially. The fit issues, yeah, well, whatever. But the cargo net in the back, as you can see, it's all nice shiny brass, when it's supposed to be like, some kind of cargo net kind of stuff. In my zeal that I was making some progress on it, I super glued that into this back glass portion here and glued it in place, and then I had this all masked, and I was all really stoked at that, so I glued that in place. I thought, man, I'm making a lot of progress. And then I realized when everything was still taped up, it's like, oh man, I forgot to paint the cargo net, and I also forgot to paint the cargo area deck. As you can see, it's a nice light gray plastic, just like it comes out of the box from the factory. So, two bonehead mistakes I made, but it turned out actually a little better than I thought it would. Again, aircraft is just a real tough thing for me, and if it doesn't just like really fit well, I get kind of, not really frustrated, but just kind of like, man, just kind of, I don't know. But anyway, this is it. So my final thoughts on this aircraft is, I would not recommend it for a beginner. Somebody that's had a few kits under their belt, especially aircraft kits, and kind of know what to look for, maybe so. But keep in mind, it is a limited run kit. It's not going to fit together as well as some of the major manufacturers, and it's going to take a bit of work, quite a bit of work, to get it presentable. And I've seen some online that are just like really, really nice. I mean, they smoke this one, but I accomplished what I wanted to. It looks like the plane from The Great Escape, and I'm pretty stoked. So anyway, thanks for watching. Leave any questions or comments down below. Ridicule, whatever, I can take it. I'm a big boy. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this series a little bit, and just stay tuned for the next project, or the continuation of an earlier project. And as always, thanks for watching Plastic Models by a Regular Dude, and I will see you later.